now that you have the calorimeter constant, we can now start testing. So here's the trial for sodium acetate. If you've chosen this one to test, you'll notice I poured out a bunch into a weigh dish, and here is the mass of this sample. All we're gonna do is take this over to our calorimetry station over here that I have set up. We've got the temperature probe, the temperature probe itself, the readout of it, and then I have the same calorimeter that you guys got the constant for all set up. It's nice and clean and dry, and some water. And the first thing we're gonna do is get the volume of this water. You can see where that meniscus is at. Watch your increments. And then the nice thing about water is the density of distilled water is 1 gram per milliliter. That means if you have your milliliter amount, you also know your gram amount because of the 1-to-1 ratio. All right, I'm gonna put the probe down into that calorimeter. And let's go ahead and get that temperature of the water initially. Looks pretty consistent. Nice. I'm gonna take the lid off. And now the fun part. We're gonna add the salt, sodium acetate, to the water and then get the thermometer back down in there. All right. Try to get it all in there first. All right, let's go. Let's take a look. There's some residue left. Just to know. Get the thermometer back down in there. Sorry guys, I gotta use my other hand here. Extreme close up. I'm just gonna start mixing, and I'll have the video of the temperature that's happening on the side here as we mix away. So the reason I'm stirring it like this, that's just to ensure all the salt that we put in there dissolves, and it also is to ensure that I don't get any hot pockets around the thermometer, that temperature kind of distributes throughout the water evenly. Temperature went up, so that's a good thing. This looks like it's stalling. Let's see if we can get a 22.3 out of this. I hear 0.3. Can I get a 0.3? Looks like it is stalled out. Go a couple more seconds here and see what happens. Alright, I'm going to pop the lid just to make sure all that salt has dissolved. Ooh, there's a little bit right in the middle there. See if I can't swirl a little bit more. Looks like we are stalled out at 22.2. So let's call that for trial 1. All right, here's our next trial for sodium acetate. Measured out mass. Bring that back to the calorimeter station. Same setup as before. We just gotta get the volume of trial 2's water. Let me get in close here. Kind of move the meniscus so you guys can see it. All right. I'm gonna add that to the calorimeter cup again. I've washed it out and dried it for this trial. And we'll throw the thermometer down in there. Let's get the starting temp. All right. Looks pretty steady. I'm gonna take the cap off and add our sodium acetate sample. Dump it. Got some residue left over. And stop it and get the thermometer in and start swirling. again, we're seeing the rise in temperature. It's a good thing. Means energy is coming out of this little solubility reaction. Oh, I saw 22.3 for a second, and then it went back down. Oh, there it is. Came back. Let's sit a little bit. All right, I'll let you guys call it. All right. Now that you've collected your data for sodium carbonate, on page 31 of your packet, you're gonna go through all the calculations here to get the delta H for the solubility reaction. Good luck, and I'll see you in a little bit. You'll report your answers out to the class.